Yes. Okay. Now we are on live on YouTube. So hi YouTube. It's a pleasure having everybody here listen our live. And today it's gonna happen a new immersion on Talking Talk in English. And this experience is a good opportunity to develop some skills in English, like to listen, learn, get know new vocabulary, and they express our ideas. I believe like that was the most important thing when you are learning a new language is get to know how you can express yourself, your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings, but in another language. Sometimes in the beginning that is a little bit harder, but with the practice, with the constancy, that make it easier with time and more naturally. So, guys, today we are gonna talk about the doors of our lives. We know, like, we have some options, and it's a more, how I can say, it's more something to reflect about our life, about our choices. So be free to talk what you want. If you are not security to talk about something, don't worry because it's a free space. All right, guys. So, to warm our engineers, let's introduce yourselves. Bruna, come on, introduce yourself, please.
Hi guys, I'm Bruna. I'm 32 years old. I'm from Rio and I'm really passionate about science and not only in my field that is chemistry but other fields too because I like to connect different distinct and different areas and try to put this in practice. So some areas I don't have know-how and I don't know I'm not completely knowledgeable, but I can grasp some concepts, understand some things, and put in practice. So I like this multidisciplinary environment. Even in talk we have something like this when you discuss exchange ideas in different point of views, and I'm firm belief that the decisions that we take can have a huge impact in our lives, even the little ones. And we decided, for example, study English, not only study but put in practice to speak, and it's a little decision but have a huge impact in our English, our ability to be more assertive or articulating our speech. So I think we're gonna have a good discussion about this topic, and that's it.
Thanks, Bruna. Now your turn, Andrea. Go ahead, girl.
Okay, hello guys. My name is Andrea. I live in Guarujá, the coast of São Paulo. I am married. I don't have kids. I work as an administrative assistant in a Japanese restaurant, but I don't eat sushi every day. Unfortunately, I work in an office, so I am really far from the restaurant. What else? I like listening to music, drink wine, as I said for you guys, cooking, be here on Talk and Talk. I believe that it's really important to keep in contact with the language, and this platform is such a amazing place, to make friends and develop our abilities. So, yeah, that's it about myself today.
Thanks, Andrea. You said you felt different today. I'm having the same feeling, but I don't know why came is about that. I believe like because the holiday and I enjoy it too much. I visited the state of Bruna, Rio de Janeiro, and I enjoyed too much. Thank you God I could even like I started my job in the last of the last year that the prolonged holiday came in the good time and I could improve that. So guys, let's go ahead. I will read the first one. Do you agree with the idea that every choice we make is like opening or closing a door in life? All right, guys. In my opinion, I bring this up because I believe in that. Like every choice impacts our life. Like Bruna said, like the little ones can have a huge impact because it's like the summatory about the choice. Like if you choose do that and not the other one. It's some you put in your life, you put your in a mental way, like decisions. So I believe, in my opinion, like about this dilemma of our life, like every choice that we made can be some door that open or door closing. Is something sometimes is when we put it like in some way, we can be more fear about your activities, about your decisions. But it's important to get know, because even though with that, it's a good thing, in my opinion. Even like make choices is a good thing about your lives, because we have to do that, because if you not do that, we're just in the same room and you'll not keep it moving around. That's my opinion. And what do you think about that, Andrea? What's your opinion?
Yeah, I agree with you. And I believe that every choice we make, it's like opening or closing a door in life. But I believe, guys, that our lives have a cycle. Sometimes we need to live it, and then the cycle, it will be closed. I don't know how to explain that. And it's happened with the people as well. Sometimes we are so into a person, and suddenly you see yourself in a distance way with this person. But I believe because of this, it's like a circle, and when it ends, it's okay. It's the life. And I agree with you because we need to make choices. I cannot see a life, I cannot see living a life without making choices, because it's really important. Maybe if you don't make choices, you will probably get stuck in a life that nothing happening new, of course happening, but you don't do the opportunity for you to live other things. So, so philosophical question, but I agree on it.
Thank you for your opinion, Andrea. I believe like he's a little philosopher about that too. What do you think about that, Bruno? Do you agree? You don't agree?
We are decisions make driven, so all the time our brain try to take some decisions, like if I put some sneakers, I can put some high heels. If I go this way, I cannot go in the other way. So we waste too much energy in simple things. So scientists, I think I read some article, I don't remember the title, but it's something related to the energy we spend to take some actions, to take some to make some decisions. And if you put a lot of energy in some simple decisions, you're gonna feel so overwhelmed sometimes, because we have a lot of choice today. So I think the possibilities are enormous. So sometimes when we have a lot of possibilities, we try to lose ourselves, and even it, it turned out to be more difficult to see the catch of these decisions. So sometimes I make some decision in the wrong mindset, which not align too much with my time of life, my time, the time that I'm living. And I in the future I need to face these consequences. So all decisions have some consequence, sometimes good, sometimes not too good, but maybe the little ones affect even the most sometimes, and we don't know, we don't perceive this. It's just a little choice that we don't get too much credit for this. I think in English you say we take it for granted when you don't give too much credit for this kind of thing, and when you see in the future these things that you miss it, it just have a huge impact in your life. It can be good or it can be bad. So even the decision that, oh, I just want to study, not only study, but put English in practice, it's like a maybe simple decision. I just want to speak. And if I procrastinated this decision, maybe I don't be articulate enough in the future. Maybe my job require this ability and I don't be prepared in this time. Or maybe I want to uh, travel for the Europe or other countries and I don't be prepared because of this decision that I made in the past. It's a complicated topic because these decisions is like a chain. It's like maybe have a specific expression for this, but when you have some chain, we can in the Portuguese we have some, I don't know how can I say this, but I will try to describe. When you have some pieces and you put these pieces all online and you just stumble in one piece and this piece can go another and all the pieces fall. So even if your life, we our decisions affect our life and affect with the others too. So is these open and closed doors are related not only with your capability of making decisions, but depends your contact depends with the other person, depends the network, depends the environment, depends all these kind of things. So it's a really profound question in my opinion.
Very complete answer, Bruno. Thank you a lot. And I believe like you answered the question number 2, so I will skip that. And can you read the number 3 and answer, Bruno, please?
Have you ever regret a choice you made? If you could, would you go back and open a different door? Of course. Sometimes I just thought to myself, even if it pointless, because I don't go I don't be able to go back in the past and make other decisions. But one time in the Netflix, I watched it kind of series. It's a tedious one, but the takeaway of this series talk about these decisions. We have a lot of bubbles, a lot of scenarios of if I make this decision to meet this person, if I make this other decision, the other person is still alive. So it can affect you. You can give your some thoughts about your own life. If I spend more time with my family in the specific moments of my life, it'll make difference for the loved ones that aren't still here anymore. So sometimes I just think with myself, or if I took some course in this specific area, and or maybe I took some, I don't know the specific term in English for this, but I go to the industry to take some, to get some experience in some field in the industry, something like that. So it will make difference for me now in my life, in the time of life that I'm living now. And we just wasted too much time to think, to mull over with this, and it's like pointless because you're getting nowhere. You can learn from it and use these consequences of these decisions to make better decisions or to think different. um, when you are when you are younger, you think in the one way, and now your view is more broader. It's not narrow, it's more broad, and you can think of others, other you can have other point of views. So maybe you can use this, you can learn from it, but not stuck in this past, not stuck in this regret decisions. I just think I think sometimes I just regret too much and I feel stuck and it's pointless. It's not getting anywhere.
Go ahead, Andrea. I will just put my notebook to charge. Just a second.
Okay,
But go
okay, no
ahead.
problem.
I'm listening.
Okay, so it's a hard one. Of course, I have regrets some choices that I made. Some no, I believe that a lot, But at the same time, you said something interesting, Bruna. We don't need to thinking so much about it, you just need to keep it going, in my opinion, because what is made, it's made. There is no other way, you cannot change it anymore. So why will be suffering about something that I can't change anymore? Uh, and of course, it's necessary to try to learn from this, from uh, wrongest choices, that we made. And regret is something really, I don't know if it's powerful, it's the opposite. It's not a good feeling. I don't know how to express that, but I believe that is not a good feeling because if you regret so much about something and you can't uh, move on of your mind, you'll be sick, in my opinion. So, for example, some example. Go ahead, Bruna.
No, sorry. I just when I add, if depends how we can deal with this situation. Like you said, if you stuck too much in the regret, it can eat you alive. So maybe it's a powerful feeling, but depends how we gonna deal with this.
Yeah, exactly. You said everything now because it's not easy, sometimes for to lead to deal with this feeling regrets. For example, I regret to just a simple example, okay, guys? But I regret to give up about studying English when I was 25 years old because I was almost finished the course, 5 years studying, and then I decided to give up. I never come back to the school because of a teacher that said something for me that I didn't like. But okay, I needed to be mature in that time to understand that the life it's like that, and just keep it going because I was 5 years studying. Okay, it doesn't mean that I could be fluent now, but make me think that I could be, at the same time. And then I start studying again in 2018, and I am here speaking with you with a lot of mistakes, but with confidence. I believe that it's important. So I overcome it, this regret that I had. Oh, I was thinking about, oh, I shouldn't have give up on my course, Just kind of thoughts, guys, that it's happened all the time, but I believe, like Bruna said, depending on the way that you deal with, because if you deal with in a way that you're thinking so much, overthinking about this choice that you made, can be really difficult, for the future to overcome it. I don't know if you get my point of view, guys.
Yes, girls. I believe like we are on the same boat because I totally agree with y'all you said because sometimes I feel regret about some mistakes because it's a kind of funny like you made mistakes, you make errors, and you are proud about that. Yeah, I believe like
Yeah.
it's not possible. Maybe it can be, but in my opinion, it's not possible. But learning how to deal with that, I believe like is very important, and it's a kind of therapy. Like understand like you made some mistakes because you don't know like the consequence about that. You don't know like how could that impact your life, like all your life. Like you open a door or you close once, but it's very important like you know how to deal with that And if like the questions like if I could come back, I believe like I will not do that because even I made mistakes. I believe like that makes me see the life in a different way. Like he understands like, oh, if I choose that path, I will that not work for me. So learn with like the pen. Like we, my mom always said like you can learn for about love or for the pen, and sometimes it's important like for the our lives learning with pen too because like we understand more in a other way like the consequence about your choices. But I regret about some things, but in my opinion, I will not come back like for the past because all right, if I don't make that mistake in the past, I could make in the future. So it's some kind of things. But all right, we made mistakes and it is a normal.
Yeah, and I think just to add something, we don't have the guarantee that if we had choose other path would be great or not, you know. We don't have this guarantee. We're just thinking about. I am thinking, oh, if I shouldn't give up about the English course, I would be fluent now. I don't know, you know, just uh, hypothetical think in my mind, you know, but just to put you down, I believe.
When you realize that if you are not for these mistakes, you won't be here today. I think it set you free for everything.
Yeah.
So when you realize even the things are interconnect some decision that I made in the past because I have some kind of mentality in the back of the days, and I don't have this anymore. I have other point of view, or someone may try to convince me to do this kind of thing, and I don't agree, so I choose another path. And you notice that you are interconnect. My decision can affect you, and can affect other. Of course, you need to allow this, but I think it's not only my bubble. It's what I'm trying to get across. It's not only my bubble. It's not only my decision. My decision it's based in some environment, in some thing that I read in the news or something in back these years that makes sense. It don't make sense anymore, or something that I thought that I like in this moment, and this change because I change because the environment. So it's really profound. It's really complicated. It's like a net. It's like a disconnection. This net. It's net. This in Portuguese is like a bunch of how can I say this? It's a bunch of connections. There'll be better words to describe this, but I got blank in this specific word. But I think you got it. What I'm trying to say. It's really complicated. It's really messed up.
Yes, I got that. It's difficult, very difficult. Andrea, come on, the number four, please.
Yes. What helps you feel more confident when making big life decisions? Oh my gosh. Um, I try to visualize myself in the decision that I made. Oh, okay, it's difficult. Yes, guys, but I try to do it, you know, because as I said, we don't know if the decision will be the right or the wrong for your life. As Bruna said, maybe you are in the moment, you have this feeling, you have this wish, but then 10 minutes or 2 days, year, you have another, you know, and maybe you do a decision and you think, oh, I am right on it, and it's not this the right one. So every time that I needed to do something and to be more confident, I'm not a confident person. I pretend a lot, to be honest, but this mindset Even I don't consider myself a confident so much, and I know that sometimes I need to pretend, makes me feel a little more confident, you know. I am pretending to be a confident person, but I can do it. I put in my mind that it's helping me to be a confident person. I don't know if you got my point, guys. So every time I try to visualize myself in the goal that I want to achieve, in the choice that I need to make. I don't know if you understand.
Yes, it's a good way to see like in make more confident about ourselves. I totally agree because when you put that on our mind, like we yeah some way we can attract like what our goal, what we are trying with that decision. And I totally agree. I believe like it's a good way like to be more confident about yourselves. Thank you, Andrea, for bringing that. And how about you, Bruno? Have you do you have some strategies to be more confident? Because it's a difficult, but
It's like Andrea, I try to visualize myself, write something, and just to establish the pros and cons of this, strike a balance in between to make this decision. But it has a downside too because sometimes we spend too much time thought about it, and you miss the opportunity. You miss the time of this opportunity. So I think in some moments you just need to be a risk taker. Just go get for it. Just go for it. To be a go getter and just get things done, and that's it. If you move over to give to sleep in this decision, maybe you miss the time. You miss this opportunity, and who knows if you will get another one in the future. And it's difficult to be this in this way. I'm a methodical person, so it's really difficult. And maybe perhaps you need to feel this in your gut. It's like in this moment I need to take a quick decision, and I don't give too much thought of this, and I just grab this opportunity, this open door, and go for it. And sometimes you need to think one twice, and no, I just go to another path. I have a different point of view. Maybe I take some advice of the people um, that really care about me, and I know this, and I take some advice. But in the end of the day, I'll make this decision. It's like depends of the situation. Sometimes we need to some strategy, write something, or just, for example, something related to the profession. We can link it in the LinkedIn. You can go to the LinkedIn and see the profiles of this person in this area to try to understand or to try to get most of these informations of this company, this industry. Try to like Andrea said, visualize yourself. Maybe it's something related to ask the not the all the questions, but the good ones. There are certain questions to yourself. Maybe it's the key. It's a difficult situation. It's a difficult questions, but maybe it's the key. You need to ask yourself the best, not the best, but the a certain questions, the specific questions that get you through to this situation to get the correct answers for you in this moment.
Really good.
yes, very good, very good. I believe like we will try to mix up about like the two questions you bring about like take a risker and sometimes be fussy about your decision. I know some phrase that is really interesting because sometimes opportunity is like a horse that pass, but you have to be prepared to get in and how to know to ride the horse because if you just the opportunity pass and you jump but you don't have the skills necessary and you don't and you are not prepared about the opportunity, all right, you get the opportunity, but you don't know how to deal with that. And all right, you have to take risks, but we have to be prepared. And with that, I believe like it's something interesting, like to take more, to be more confident about our choices. Is like to try more, like have an opportunity. Let's try that, even though that not be the good one. Sometimes that you are not proud about that. That's not the right path. But even with that, we make more resilient about that. But all right, have some choice. Like for example, you are get married or something like that. You have to think more than like, all right, I will try change a job or something more not so big, but some actions you have to think more, I believe, like because all right, a marriage is not like, yeah, not work, it will separate and they will try again, infinite circle. I know some people think that it could work, but in my opinion, better like you have more confidence in some actions than others. But in my opinion, have experiences as a good way to be more confident about ourselves and know our limits. Know, like for example, I work in the bank area, and every time we want to recommend some investments or things about that, we try to speak about the with persons like all right, but what do you think like if you put some money on that and the the other day all this money uh oh my god, I forgot it disappear from our account because it like the actions about the thing is like broken down. It's like some way everybody have your risks. Like I know my risks that I want to take. Andrea knows there, and the Brunas too. But in my opinion, something important is take a, have experience because with experience it's easier. Like like the paths you have to take.
Yeah,
It's my opinion.
let me just add something again. Guys, this topic is really amazing. And I was thinking here, sometimes we need to take some kind of risks. I will give you an example, guys. And we need to not to be prepared. Of course, sometimes we will need to be prepared. But sometimes we need to believe in ourselves. When I started here on Talk and Talk in 2021, like a talker, I was just afraid to open my mouth, because I had a problem, as I said for you, and I don't know. I just thinking about the others people thoughts about my English. Okay, and then I get used to the platform, being more confident. And then I was invited to be a host. And I was thinking maybe the next year, if I improve more myself, I could try to be a host. It was in 2023. And then Felipe asked me, oh, André, you'd like to be a host? And I had just two choices to do, accept or not accept. I was not prepared in my mind. I was not prepared. In my mind, in my speaking skills as well. But I thought, but if he are invited me something different, he could see. And then I decided to accept. And then my journey, it's like that, as you know. And in my opinion, it was the best choice that I made because I really love studying English, as you know about that. And I always think if I had give up about this choice, maybe I was there or I just had have stopped talking as a talker on Talk and Talk, not to improve so much myself as I've been improved. Not just about the English, guys. It's not just about the English. English can be just a point here, we learn other things, communication, we learn deal with people, we learn the decisions making, a lot of things at the same time. You know that, Pedro. So I am really grateful about this decision, and because of this, I think sometimes you just need to take the opportunity, not to wait to be uh ready for that. I don't know if you got my point, guys. Sorry, I speak too
Andrea,
much. Go ahead.
Andrea, do you think this is something related to the self-awareness? Like you know your limits and you know you can push forward this, you can overcome this. It's something related to I know myself, I know my abilities, I know I can go the extra mile, like they said. I can do more. It's something related to the self-awareness.
I think so. At the same time, I think so, Bruna, but sometimes I think I just needed to take this risk, to believe in myself. Maybe can be self-awareness. So I don't know. I don't know. Because as I said for you, I used to be a shy person. I continue in being a shy person. The difference that sometimes I am more confident. And maybe because of this, because this thing that I've been learning here. So I see myself in another way nowadays. But in that time, I decided to, oh, I will take this risk. I will give this opportunity. I will take these opportunities and let's see what's going, what's going on. So that's it.
What do you think, Pedro, based in this case of success of the Andrea? What do you think?
I believe like he is amazing. Like she is my inspiration because my mentor was Camila, and Camila was mentored by Andrea. It's like a circle, and the
Yes.
uh, Andrea is amazing, and it's a very interesting thing. Like she showed us his big case, because he's was a very good because I will like we are sharing our experience, guys. I will share some experience that I had in the holiday because I stayed in Ilha Grande in Angra dos Reis, and there has a lot of people from abroad from different uh, regions of the world. And it was like the first time I had the opportunity to talk like different languages because I speak a little bit about French, but guys, for be honest, I when I came from Belo Horizonte to Angra dos Reis, I saw a couple of Frenches and I tried to talk, and it was very difficult, but I made that. But after when I came to the hostel, I saw like three Frenches, but he are speaking like for me other language, and they couldn't understand anything. And it was like a big impact that I perceived myself like, oh my god, I like to study French, but I had to put more effort about that. Like if I want to get know about the language, if I want to understand more. And about the English was very interesting because I talk with Germans, I talk with South Korean, Spanish, US, and it's very interesting when you have confidence. Even your English is not perfect, you
Yeah.
made mistakes and things like that. You can like communicate, and it's a really interesting because I remember when I had the first opportunity to talk with the other people abroad, and for me guys was very 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 bad because I was shy about like the situation. I was not confident about myself to talk, and I believe like you talk and they have like these opportunities to express yourselves. Like Andrea said, sometimes we made mistakes here and too much. I perceive like sometimes I mix us. I made some errors like real simple, but all right, it's something to learn, and with that we can improve about yourselves. I would just show that because you said about to talk about the case of Andrea, and I believe like it's an amazing one in Talk and Talk. It's an inspiration too.
And maybe
Thank
these
you, thank you.
drawbacks and the closed doors can be an inspiration for the open doors that you get in the future.
Of course, I totally agree. All right, with that, I believe like the number 90 is a real good one, like we say the now, Bruno. Is it possible to reopen a door we once closed in our lives? Have you ever tried? All right, guys. Sometimes we are regret about some actions we don't make, like, all right, I had a good opportunity and I couldn't do that. The reasons could be like I'm not prepared, or I just feel fear about that, and I decided not to take the action. But I believe like it's a difficult like had the same opportunities like with the same contests and things like that. But I believe like for example in learning English, sometimes we close that door. For example, I studied when I was younger, but I not dedicate too much about that. But now I decided to try to reopen, but other contests about the other it's other things involved, but it's a some way like to try to learn something that in the past you are not able to do that. But in my opinion, it's a new door. It's not possible like you open the same door you missed in the past. That's my opinion. What do you think about that, Runa?
Absolutely. I don't think we can reopen the same exactly, but depends of the time, depends of the people, depends of the moment in this situation. But if I have the opportunity to reopen the same exactly door, maybe I'll try because I'm a curious person. So I'm curious about what I'm gonna react. I'm gonna take the same, make the same decisions, or I'm gonna think something totally different, like a movie that I see back years ago about some girl that suffers some accident and she doesn't remember anything, but she take the same exact decisions. She make the same exact decisions. She like how can I say this? I forgot the specific words, but she abandoned. It's not abandoned, but it's like she abandoned the law degree. She turned to be an artist, like when years ago when she remembered the things that she doesn't suffer this accident. So I think to myself, if I had the exactly opportunity, I'll do the same decisions. I'll go choose the same options. I don't know, maybe I stick to my gut. I maybe I choose something totally different. I've been curious about this. I know that isn't possible to do something like that. Maybe I get the not exactly the open door, but something similar this open door. Maybe in other opportunity of my life, I see some similar for this opportunity again, and I grab it. But I think to myself, they exactly same. I'll do the same decisions. Sometimes I think I'll do. I don't know. Maybe depends. If you do the same, if you make the same, this make choices, but with this mindset that you have today, or the mindset that you have in the past. I don't know if this mindset that I have today maybe something different. It's like idealistic. It's not going to it's not gonna happen. But I think to myself, maybe this will help me in the future for future choices that I'll make. I don't know. So poetic. I don't know.
Yeah, I love that you said, Bruna, the same mindset, because probably because I always say something like that, guys. If I had this mindset that I have now, I would have taken some decisions before, after, I don't know, before, after. I would change a lot of things. Of, for example, get married. It's something that I will not do. Oh, guys, I love my husband, just to be clear here. but I think I could do other things instead of get married. Maybe I could have my husband like a boyfriend, eternal boyfriend. I don't need this compromise to be married. Sometimes I think in a different way. Maybe I could I would have done a lot of things in a different way, or not, as you said, Bruna, or not, because we don't know. And in about the question number 9, I agree with you. I believe that it's another door. It's not the same because depending on the mindset, depending on the things, depend on a lot of things to do the same thing. Uh, so difficult this question in my opinion, guys. It's possible to reopen, but I don't believe that it's the same door. Something is different in deeply. I don't know if you understand, guys, what I want to say.
Yes, I believe like I got your opinion, and I totally agree with that. Like sometimes could be looks like a similar the other doors, but they have your little difference, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Andrea, choose another ones, please. Open a new door.
Let me see. The question number. The question number 7, guys, I don't know. Have you ever hesitated too long and missed an opportunity because you were afraid to act? Yes, yes, yes. Many times because I always had the problem to be a indecisive person. Sometimes I didn't know how to take a decision alone by myself. I always needed to listening the others, and sometimes the others, maybe in deeply, I, I knew what I needed to do, but I needed to listen in the others. And sometimes the others just said something for me, the opposite. And I got more indecisive than I was, and it makes me lost. eh, it makes me miss it a lot of opportunities. So it's something that I really regret, to be so dependent on the other people. Nowadays, I am more, oh, I can do it alone and just go there and do. So yeah, that's it.
Thanks, Andrea. Now, how about you, Bruna? Have you ever had that as experience in your life?
I have had this awful experience, but to sum up what we say in this immersion, I would say that we need to be aware of our surroundings about the opportunities and have this self awareness about I have the abilities, I'm capable, this courage, this confidence, like you said, I have a capability to face this challenge. So I'm gonna grab this opportunity or not and strike some balance, what the pros, what the cons. Sometimes listen to the others, sometimes not. We have to be more, we have to have this critical thinking about it. I'm gonna list this person or not, it's a reliable person or not. And I have my own background too about the experience of life, so maybe I consider these two and all mix all them up and have this gut feeling to decide what path you're gonna choose. Sometimes you try to foresee the future and try to imagine to visualize. Maybe the consequences are not too good. Maybe you get the results that you want or not. But you need to decide. You have to decide if you are gonna to be a risk taker or to stay and grab another opportunity. It's so difficult, it's so harsh to do this, but maybe it's something related to be aware to the time, net, be alert to this time, the right time for the right opportunity, the right door. It's in the right situation, of course, of your life.
Yes, very good. So, guys, I'm in the same boat too. In that, sometimes I feel not confident about myself and just thinking like about what the others will think about my decisions. And with that, I hesitate too much and I decide not to do anything. Like if I pass something that I not feel great about that, or I want to talk something specifically for someone that how I feel like. So I believe like it's not good to me or anything. And with that, sometimes when you think we overthink about some things, we hesitate and we could lost an opportunity to open a door or. And I believe like that with that, it's important like trusting ourselves. And but it's a difficult because you know our limits. We know like some situations it's very difficult. Like you talk your reality, you express yourself like the right way because yeah, all right. Sometimes we want to say something, but the others will not observe like the way you think the others will observe that. And with that is real difficult. But I believe like with that about the hesitations too long and not take actions. I believe like we have to trust more in ourselves. But take care. I believe like even is important like take risks you have to take care of about you and the know like the how it's a difficult like know how the times like you have to take actions or you just pass down the situation but I believe like I get back in the author thinking about the experience life he learns a lot of things about us guys. And I believe like experience is not something that we can buy in at some store. You have to live more and more. And collecting experience is a good way like to be more confident about our lives and know like some paths we can take. All right, guys. I like too much these conversations, but unfortunately we don't have any time to ask more to answer more questions because I believe like some questions we have to take more time to think and show our ideas. And I believe like is a good one. I could reflect a lot about some things that happen in my life and how I can deal with another choice, another doors that it could show in my life, and the will show, in my opinion. And I want to know about you guys. What do you think about this immersion? You learn a new vocabulary. You could expand a new way to see the world. Go ahead, guys. Feel free for talk.
Go ahead, Bruna.
Ah, it's a profound discussion. Maybe I go to the bed and dream about it. Because we learn a lot from it, and maybe we get another insights to hear another's opinions, another perspectives. So it's a really enriched discussion. This topic it's really harsh to answer to give when you give your thoughts. It's not straightforward. It's really harsh.
Yeah, I totally agree. I really love to talk about, as I said for you guys, I really love talking this kind of topics. There is no right or wrong answer, just your opinion, and you need to think so much. So it's amazing. I love it.
Thank you, girls. I feel very proud about that doors that I open here, and because every time that I chose some topic in talk, it's to get know about more of that because we always say don't have teachers here is everybody is a student, but it's real amazing when you get out from some immersion and you feel like, oh, I learned a new things today.
Yeah,
And
a
I want
lot.
to thank you for the opportunity to participate in this immersion and take your time for that. I put the survey on the chat if you want to answer and put your opinion, suggest a new topics because it's important to have a feedbacks and get know what you want to know about these immersions and the study. And that is, guys. Thank you a lot and have a good
Thank you,
night.
Pedro. It was amazing. Thank you, Bruna. Bye bye,
Thank
guys.
you.